Hello, everybody, and welcome to the LaggSpike podcast. I'm your host, Mike Chalice, and with me, as always, we have the man with the beard, Matt Bird.
How's it going?
Mr. Gloom and Doom himself, Sam Landry.
Work sucks.
And we are missing Josh, of course. He had a family emergency, so he will not be with us tonight. We got a great show planned for you. We're going to talk a little bit about that Star Citizen hitting a crazy milestone, and we're going to talk about how Mario isn't a machine for printing money. But before any of that, guys, what have we been up to?
You want to go first since you were so excited before the show?
Yeah.
Well, there's a Christmas League event right now on. Basically, it's blind pick on ARAM on the ARAM map, which is awesome because it's one lane, 5. It's crazy. But basically, all your cooldowns, which you would remember of like Flash and all that stuff, they're all gone. You now throw a Poro at an enemy. If you hit them, you can teleport to them. Once you've hit 10 enemies with your Poros, the Poro King comes down and just wreaks havoc.
So just ridiculous.
It's basically they went, Heroes of the Storm is doing something right.
Yeah.
Let's copy that.
Yes. Yeah.
So, it was really fun. It was really entertaining.
I truly believe that with the backing, and I know Dota and League of Legends and stuff are huge. I think Heroes of the Storm is a better game, and people can.
It's play style is better, but I find the game boring based off the fact that there's no. It's basically just all. Do you have a really stacked team? Okay, cool, you win. Where League, you have to buy certain items to counteract other items. There's more to the game than just.
There's definitely more strategy, but because
that's what I like.
I agree with that, but that's what I don't like. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It all depends on you, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just Destiny.
Anything else you play other than that? Just Destiny. Trying out that Sparrow Racing League. I got a chance. Spiro Racing.
Yeah.
I tried it out this week too. It was fun. Matt, what have you been playing?
A lot of Fallout, still working to get the 100% achievement and realizing that after being invincible for so long, I've forgotten how to Fallout.
You remembered how to fall.
Yeah, that's about it. I remember how to fall, but not how to fall out.
Yeah.
He was on this overpass talking to this guy, and then he had to go back down the overpass. He jumped off midway through his fall. He was like, "Oh shit, that's right, I can die now." He hits the ground and dies. And goes, "Fuck."
That's awesome.
Yeah. I wasn't not used to it, so yeah, I was just like jump off the side because that's what I did before because I couldn't. I would just pop right back up, and then halfway down, I was like, "Oh yeah, I reverted my save."
I was like, I saw you getting lined up for it. And I'm like, should I tell him this? No, this is gonna be really funny. Worth it.
Yeah. So, but no, it's playing it now is a lot different because before it was just like, yeah, whatever.
I'm telling you, man, that game. Sorry to cut you off. That game, so scary when you first start it, and then my biggest problem with that is that, and I know you can increase the difficulty and all that bull crap like that, but after 10, 12 hours, I wasn't scared of anything. I was just in power armor, and yes, of course, I don't have to be in it, but nothing scared me. Like, I would fight a Deathclaw, it wouldn't be a big deal, like anything.
Liar.
So, what?
Liar. Doesn't matter what level you are. You see a Deathclaw, you turn around and run.
No, I fought. It wasn't that bad.
Or the freaking, what is it, Murloc? No, Murlocs.
Mirelurker.
Mirelurk Queens. Fuck
Yeah.
that. It doesn't matter. You're dead no matter what when you see that.
Sorry, Matt. Continue. You were.
No. Besides that, was Spiro Racing, and I'll save most of those stories for the Last Word podcast.
Last Word every Tuesday. GamingLag.com or iTunes.
I'm gonna throw something at you.
What?
Fuck you.
Well, I've been playing a little bit more Xenoblade. Matt finds it entertaining to listen to me play, and it's kind of funny to me because I really am liking the game, but I keep finding things that are pissing me off, and then I realize that they're actually, as an example, to sort of make, because otherwise this is going to make no sense, fast traveling back to the city, I couldn't figure out how to do that. And I was like, that's really weird that there's no fast travel points in the city.
There has to be.
Right. But there's
there?
these little mini orange triangles on your map on the gamepad.
Okay,
Or squares, sorry. And every one of those icons on your map you can fast travel to, and I thought it was just that you can fast travel to probes. So I have now infinite possibilities of where I can go to fast travel to, and for 17 hours I haven't done that.
So when you kept saying the game is just so damn big, now it's more like,
no,
okay,
it's still big. It's still massive.
You're starting to agree with me that there's a point where a game just becomes too big for its own
Witcher
thing.
3. Yeah, too big.
Witcher 3. Dragon Age Inquisitions.
Way too big. Yep. No, I agree with that 100%.
You get overwhelmed. Like,
Yeah.
you need the right balance, and that's what I agree, is you should have, like, and Josh was here, he'd be geeking out with me. Origins had that right balance.
Yeah.
You had your side quests, you had your main quests. Done.
I think-
Basically very linear. Where open world games, like Fallout, it's okay. Like, you expect having a lot of stuff, but once you figure out which quests are just quests to just gain like 50 XP every time you do it and they never end, you just stop doing them.
Yeah.
Like the freaking like I think a buddy had 310 settlements
Yeah.
throughout the map. Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
No. I don't have the patience, time, or cares for those people. They can go into Vault and come out and be a lone wanderer too. How about that?
And I like the concept of open world, but I think it's being a little bit overdone because even like games like Just Cause, which I love Just Cause 2 and I haven't touched 3 yet, but I've been reading a lot of interesting things about...
Touch 3.
Yes. I've been reading some very interesting things about the console versions of Just Cause 3 and how frame rate and glitchy and buggy it is.
It's one of those things. It's like, okay, cool. I want to get there. I've been fucking falling for 8 hours. Like, I should have hit the ground by now. Like,
Yeah.
What is this? Like, it's too big.
Yeah, but one thing Xenoblade does well is that there's no bugs or anything. It's a traditional Nintendo game, so it works really well. But this game is so... Okay, so I was talking to Matt last night on chat, and
was laughing my
he
ass
was
off
laughing
at him.
his ass off at me. But I ended up finding an article on the internet that was 23 things you should know before playing Xenoblade Chronicles X.
And all of these stuff should have been in the tutorial?
Not necessarily in the tutorial, but why is there an article about 23 things you should know before you start?
There's an article about 18 things you should know about Fallout.
I get that, but a lot of that stuff is like lore and things and not necessarily... But
No, a lot of the stuff was for
Okay.
people who had never played. It's like, these are things you need to know to survive.
Okay.
When me and Matt had played through Fallout 3, New Vegas, we knew tricks, we knew how to
1,
survive.
2.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not as old as time.
yeah, so I'm really liking Xenoblade, but I keep finding these things that are making the game even more enjoyable for me that I wish was told to me previously to that.
But think about now how much fun you're going to have.
Yes, and I agree with that. Now that I can fast travel everywhere and I realize that, and maybe they did tell me that, but I'm not sitting there and reading like the manual for the game. Like that's not something that should happen. So, but other than that, I think the game's amazing. There has been no open world game that I've played that just running around and jumping feels so awesome. And the creature design and the scale of the enemies, and I think I mentioned this before, there's anything from little, like, I don't know what you call them, like meerkat looking things with big ears that are kind of small, to things that are as big as brachiosauruses and that are drinking
they're
water.
massive.
And they're friendly, but if you hit one, they hit you back for 29,000 health. And I have 1,200 health.
We watched the IGN review about it, and it was very interesting to see him, the size of his sprite when he's playing just normal. And then he gets his mech suit. And these things that you think are already massive, even in your mech suit, they're still massive.
Yes.
Which, it's crazy.
Yeah, and the game is huge. Really liking that. Another thing I wanted to mention though is that everybody that has a Vita, one of the free games this month is Freedom Wars, and I've just been diving into that the last few nights. Really, really cool. Really liking it. The combat's really cool. I'm interested to see. I haven't even gotten to the part where I can actually play with other people yet. I think I'm on the code level 2 exam part, so then I can go out and roam.
I'm having trouble with the Vita.
It is a little bit tricky.
Awkward. It's awkward.
It's
to
awkward
play.
sometimes to use dual sticks. Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
The controls aren't. I wish I could just, hey, look, my Vita. Hey, look, PS4 controller. It works.
Yeah,
that would be amazing.
It would be at that point. Well, technically you can.
Yeah, there's a case
buy a PlayStation TV. Right now you can get them on sale someplace for $20. Then you can use your DualShock 3 and play Vita games on it.
Plus, there's also a case that you can buy for your Vita that snaps on a controller to the bottom.
It still to me it's the width away from my hands. Holding it like this feels too awkward. That's why I don't like the Wii U.
no.
You have a Vita this big?
No, but you know what I mean. Like it doesn't feel like the actual controller where it just feels tight in your hands.
I agree
To me,
with
it
you.
feels too spaced out.
I agree with
It
you
feels
100%.
weird.
I feel it's very weird to try and use dual sticks on that. The game's really fun.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
I just maybe haven't given enough time to it.
The controller case actually sits on the bottom where a controller would sit, though.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll look into it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're available in the West yet, but
I do
they're
need
in
to
Japan.
shout something out.
Sure.
Matt will appreciate this. So if you guys have never heard of the show, you have to go watch it. It's called White Collar. It is the most amazing piece of TV art ever released. It's all on Netflix. Well, at least here in Canada. Check it out in the States. But yeah, go see it if you haven't seen it. It's amazing.
There you go.
I don't care if it's a gaming podcast. I needed to get that out because everybody needs to experience this. If you haven't, you're missing out. You need to experience it.
Shameful Netflix plug.
They're not paying me.
Well, let's get into some news. So before that, for those of you who don't know, this is a weekly gaming podcast called the LAGSpike Podcast. It is every Monday on GamingLag.com and on iTunes. If you like our content and enjoy our podcast, please go to patreon.com/gaminglag. Shout out to our patrons that we have right now: Amanda, Athena, Optic, Jeremy, Pat, and David. And please donate $1. Our unofficial goal is to get 1,000 gamers giving us $1, and that's lots of money for us, a little bit from you, and it'll allow us to create awesome content as well as do giveaways, things like that, and improve our equipment, all that kind of everything, basically.
Infrastructure.
But on top of that, please go to gaminglagforums.com and vote for your game of the year. So we are trying to build this forums as a positive environment for everybody. We want people to go there, register, get some accounts, start talking about video games. You can also send in your topic suggestions for the show and things like that. But vote for your game of the year, and at the very last show of the year, we will be talking about what won the vote, why we disagree or agree, and we're going to have a review and a look back to 2015 and all the great games that came out during that.
Yay.
Sound good?
Woo.
Sounds good.
Yippee.
Let's do some damn news.
Before news, just a little bit about the Patreon and where that money is going. Stay tuned for January as we have some interesting things coming your way.
Yes. We're going to be we can sort of spoil it. We're going to be primarily using the Patreon money as of right now for once January hits, where we'll be using it for giveaways and things like that every month. There will be giveaways for patrons only. So as long as you're a patron, you're automatically entered, and there will be giveaways for people who send in topic suggestions to the show.
And then, Nanu just gets his own bracket completely.
And Nano gets something every month. Simple as that. He's our nanager.
He's our manager.
Oh, God.
Wow.
No, you're done.
All right, let's do some news, Matt.
All right, so
hit us.
The Fallout 4 patch on PS4 is still not available to many users in Asia.
Are you surprised?
Not really, but there's
Bethesda.
No, there's actually a PlayStation Asia division, and we actually do have some listeners over there, so I thought it'd be good to include it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying it's bad that we included it. I'm just saying, are we surprised that it's still not out?
Sorry, the patch that fixes 15 of the 400,000 bugs is not out to you guys. Apologize.
Fix more than that.
15,000 of the 400,000
Yeah.
bugs. Yeah.
15, frame rate counts as a lot.
After 2 years of Fallout 4 being released, much like Skyrim, most of the bugs will be fixed.
Game of the Year will come out. Yes.
Game of the Year edition.
It'll be fixed by then. It'll
have
be
everything.
mods. Good old mods.
You'll be able to use the big robot.
Mods.
Sure.
Yay.
Activision sending out surveys to the playtesters surrounding Black Ops 3, and it's hinting at players are actually going to get to choose the next DLC for Black Ops, because a lot of it is about your favorite maps.
Choose.
Okay.
I think it's basically going to be, do you want DLC bracket 1, B, or C? A, B, or C?
1 DLC.
1 B or C. It's going to be this. It's going to be,
been a
we
long day.
actually have all of this done. You can just choose which one you get, because we're actually going to go play golf.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to be like, which one would you want first, second, B, and C?
Yes. We actually have all these maps complete. You just need to choose which ones you want, and we'll be somewheres over here. We don't have to make a game for another 2 years because yeah.
Well, okay, it's
3
not like
years.
it's not like they walk in, say, "All right, flick the switch, dust off the computers. When's release? A month from now. Okay, let's get started."
No,
like, it's not the way it works.
I think they walk in, flick the switch, brush off the dust, and say, "When's release? A year from now." That's what I think.
I honestly think it's more like
I know, I'm just
you're not
kidding.
giving them enough credit. I think it's more like 2 years from now.
Yeah.
Seeing as how
They
they
take a
have
year
three.
off. Year vacation.
Well, no, they have a couple of days vacation. I'm sure.
That's cool.
It's not like Konami. They're not
Listen, they still
locked in
have
prison.
the best mechanically sound first-person shooter on the market. So
Yeah.
simple as that.
If you get past all the Battlefield bugs,
Yeah. Once you can play.
Hey, stop. Good segue. DICE confirms that now Battlefront's release, they are working on Battlefield 5 and going to be returning to its military origins.
Good. Yeah.
Good. Just good. Don't do just no hardline.
Sorry to cut you off there, but that was a great segue.
No, for sure.
Just Battlefield. Oh.
Battlefields are good for sure. I don't know if I think I'm gonna drop off after this. I got 3, I got 4. I bought premium for both, and I don't think I'm gonna be getting 5. I'm sort of done with military shooters actually, but we'll see. Maybe it'll be.
I guess Destiny is a sci-fi shooter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I guess you're the
military shooter.
You're the military of the Earth. So it is a military shooter.
No.
Well, you're
No.
The Earth is militarized.
I'm the undead army of the Earth. Thank you very much.
Yes. We're all zombies.
Yeah, we're all undead. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we can't.
We are.
Die.
Absolutely.
We cannot die.
And a little bit of interesting news me and Mike just saw right before the podcast started. Pokemon is releasing its 721st Pokemon, and it's a Volcanion, and it's the first ever. It's a Steam-type Pokemon. It is a mixture of fire and water.
That's important.
It is important.
Because I'll give them
Is
this.
its weakness going to be a garbage fucking bag?
No.
No.
At least this Pokemon doesn't look stupid. It looks like another like animal-based Pokemon.
It looks like a basketball net.
Okay, so maybe it does look stupid. Maybe I didn't get a great look. But just stop. 721's too much. I believe there should be 151 and then add like the 100 best from the rest of them.
No, you forget Kento.
I'm not saying don't include him. I'm saying
No, you include Kento. Anything past Kento you don't count.
The 100 best from the rest of the games after the originals. Yes.
No.
Greninja needs to be there.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
No,
he's a boss.
You do the first 200 and some because those were actually the ones that mattered. When you had,
all right, I'll give you like what was it, Cyrodiil or whatever.
You get to Sapphire and Ruby.
Cyndaquil. Yeah, I'll give you that.
You get to Sapphire and Ruby. That's where you don't count. Everything before that's good.
No trash bags, no earring wearing things, no floating swords, no.
Oh, is that the earring one that throws like the earrings? Yeah, that like
it's got a movie coming out.
It's got a movie coming out.
Oh yeah, there's a new Pokemon movie.
Oh yeah.
I refused to put that in the news because it was about Hoopla.
And yet we say it anyway.
Yeah, we did. You brought it up.
Like I'm trying to figure out like here, what's the effing target demographic for this nowadays? Like, are they kids that are still in the goddamn womb?
Anybody who will watch.
They're that desperate. I remember when Pokemon used to hit you right in the feels every time. Anybody who watches that first movie and doesn't cry, they are not human.
Anybody who listens to the original theme song to the show and doesn't cry is inhuman.
I don't cry, but
listen, I get chills every time.
Yeah, you get chills. Yes,
I want
to
be the very best.
It's Pokemon, and we get flagged. Yeah. We get sued by.
And now this video can't go up on YouTube.
No, because
it's a parody.
We even have a Pokemon fan parody, so no.
No, exactly.
We're
That's
we're
it.
Done.
We're done.
We're sued. Thanks, Mike.
What else was I going to mention about that? Now is the time that you have this many Pokemon. Now is the time. NX releases. You release with Zelda and Metroid, and then you announce the Pokemon console game that is like MMO style. That's what you do.
You don't release MMO. You release Coliseum again.
No,
Coliseum was a masterpiece.
Get the out.
Pokemon Coliseum on the 64 was great.
For the 15 people who like that game, fantastic. But
yeah, I was one of those fucking 15 people. It was a great game.
All right.
We're done with Pokemon.
Yes, I think that's enough Pokemon.
Diablo 3's new adventure mode exclusive Grey Hollow Island is coming with 2.4 and it looks awesome.
Yeah. I'm really excited to hear about DLC.
It's free.
It's free.
I know, but I'm excited to hear about a DLC.
Yeah, it's coming.
You mean an expansion? You mean
expansion?
Yeah.
DLC expansion.
I was kind of thinking. I kind of thought that was going to be the big like headliner to close out the show at BlizzCon this year, but they really they hammered home Overwatch coming to consoles, and they added 3 more heroes. And
I need to cover something about BlizzCon really quickly. Did you watch the costume contest?
Mm-hmm.
Who's the announcer that was there? What's his name? Will Wheaton?
Will Wheaton, yes.
Yeah, he's the most awkward person on the face of the fucking earth.
Have you ever watched the PlayStation interviews where Will Wheaton interviews all of the devs, like Naughty Dog and all this stuff? Really awkward.
Like, I don't understand. It's like, okay, we want you to do this. Just be yourself.
That is himself.
I know, but I don't get it. I don't get, like, why do you pick someone who's so awkward? You want someone who's upbeat, who's going to be into it, not someone who's just, like, cracking weird jokes at the weirdest times.
Because he's Bro Crusher.
Yes, because he's a gamer and he's famous from Star Trek.
Like, get someone who's famous who cosplays to announce it. It would be perfect.
All you need to do is get somebody who actually does interviewing, like, and I'm not necessarily saying like Kind of Funny Games like Greg Miller and things like that, but people that are comfortable in those situations that are not
like
just
gaming
gamers.
like.
Yeah, we're comfortable. I'm not putting our name out there. I've never interviewed anybody in my life.
I interview you every freaking day.
Oh yeah.
I've done lots of interviews. I can.
There you go. You can do it.
So
It's the beard. It's magic powers.
a little bit back to other news and getting back on topic. Tony Hawk 5 adds more disappointment as some regions will not be receiving the last gen version of the game.
Kind of not
sorry,
surprising.
that game. They announced it. I was hyped. It's release broken. It's now dead to me again, like it was before they announced this one.
And they tried to fix it. It probably, even 7.8 gig patch, it probably didn't fix everything.
Like, I'll say it, and Matt's going to agree with me. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 on the PC looked better than this game.
The problem is,
Looked actually physically better.
there was something wrong when like 2 months before the game came out, because when they finally revealed it, everybody's like, this game looks awful, and then they like put like a weird art style thing over top of it. Like 2 months before the game came out, I was like, this game's doomed.
Like,
That's
you
it.
know, sometimes it does work out. Give you an example, like Borderlands. When I first saw about Borderlands, I was like, oh my god, this game looks stupid. The art style looks stupid. It's one of my favorite games ever. Like, the art style, I think, is what makes it so quirky.
But they didn't.
So awesome.
But they didn't change the art style.
They did.
Like, no,
They did.
Well, I'm saying, but not 2 months before it was released.
No, but Borderlands was never supposed to be released with that art style. Midway through the manufacturing of the game, they changed to that art style based off the fact that they really found it cool, and it gave artists. They basically could just draw something on the computer, put it in the game, done. They don't have to tweak. They didn't have to tweak as much. They could still do quirky cartoons.
Never, I couldn't get into Borderlands. I tried, guys. I tried.
I know you did, buddy.
I tried.
It's okay. You know, it's like a fine wine. It comes with age.
You're younger than
Shut
he
up.
is.
Yeah.
Unravel has a February release date.
Woo! I'm excited to play that game.
I want to play it, but I don't know if I want to pay for it when it first comes out.
Thank you. It looks fun. I'll
Yeah.
borrow it from a friend.
It looks gorgeous.
It does look gorgeous. I don't know if it's going to have a full retail $80 price tag here in Canada. I'm not sure it's going to be.
It won't.
I just keep
Sorry.
I keep thinking about the guy who like
Poor
came
guy.
out and explained it, and I was just like, oh my god, he's almost like shitting his pants.
What a damn trooper, though.
He was. I'll give him that. He was a trooper, but I'm just like, every time I think about that game, I just want to like hug someone because I'm like, I feel the pain.
That game looks awesome. I think this is EA trying to do what UbiArt's doing for Ubisoft and making smaller games for cheaper prices. If it's a full retail, like $80, I won't buy it either because I don't think it's going to have that much depth.
Like No Man's Sky will have so much depth.
I'm so pumped for
I
that game.
can't say that with a straight face.
Speaking of Ubisoft, so if you hadn't said anything, we had another perfect segue.
Oh, sorry.
Ubisoft has registered the domain Assassin'sCreedCollection.com. It is just a rumor, but it sounds like the game up until not Unity, but
Black Flag.
No, Black Flag came out for next
3.
gen, so 3
So
will
you'd
be
have
coming.
Brotherhood and stuff too then.
Yep, all of them will be coming out as a collection for next gen. All rumors right now.
Are you surprised?
No, not at all.
Because I think Assassin's Creed, if you kind of do like the letter scrambles, it actually does say printing out money. It spells it out.
I don't necessarily think it's like that, but you can't not expect them to do this when everybody, like I was reading that there's going to be another Borderlands collection. It's just not going to be the Handsome collection. It's going to be the full collection. Like, and I don't know if that's true, but if they do,
it's based off the fact of how well Borderlands, the Handsome collection sold.
Right, but I'm saying that you're never going to get rid of remasters because everybody's making stuff and they're making tons of money doing
That's
it.
the thing, is I don't understand at this point, especially with the backwards compatibility on the Xbox One. Borderlands is a game that's confirmed that will be backwards compatible on the Xbox One at some point. They're not going to remaster Borderlands 1. They're just going to put it on a Blu-ray disc and release it. Done.
Yeah, well.
And that's it. So I find like you're focusing on the wrong thing. Focus on Borderlands 3. And talking to, Telltales about Tales from the Borderlands Part 2. Episode 2.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Season 2,
Episode 2. I don't care. Something that just... Fuck that other game. Game of Thrones. There we go.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Well, that one,
Just atrocious.
The reality is, though, is like even myself, when I'm done with Xenoblade, if there's no games out by the time I'm done with that, I've been actually debating getting Uncharted Collection and going through those games again because I love those games. So like,
do that.
Yeah, we're never not going to get remasters when we constantly buy them and thousands of people buy them every time they get released. Like, it doesn't make any sense because it takes them probably 25% of the effort to port it to PS4.
We
That'd
should
be my
just
guess.
all gamers all at once revolt, not buy games, and then when they ask us what we want, we say we want decent games.
It won't happen.
Never
because
happen.
We want to play games.
We have no fortitude. We have
No, we play the games.
We have no
currently
willpower
have.
at all.
We play the games we currently have. We just don't buy any new ones.
Never happened.
We can always play Destiny.
There you go.
20 million subscribers.
And last little bit of news before we get into the topics. Fable Legends is delayed and open beta set for spring 2016.
So Matt told me this news before.
This is what you were telling me?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't know this game wasn't out yet. I thought that this game was announced with the Xbox launch. Like, I thought that this game was out and it was free to play, so I didn't care about it.
It was
I
announced
like,
for the 360 Connect. Let's date it here. That's when the game was announced.
No, that was Fable the Journey.
It was Fable Legends. It was announced for the Connect. Also.
Are you sure?
They did Journey, and then it was also announced for the Connect. It was supposed to be the last game that was coming out of the Connect.
Okay, well.
And it never did.
All I know is I thought this game was out yet. I didn't know it was getting another delay, but that game's in a whole whack of trouble.
I'm going to ask
There's no way
one
it's gonna be
question
good.
we're all thinking. What is it, Lionhead?
Yeah.
How is Lionhead still a studio?
Because it's owned by Microsoft.
And because Microsoft wants every time they try something new, they're like, we're going to get Lionhead to do it, we'll slap Fable on it, and hopefully that works.
Well, no, what I really think they should do is, all that money you've been throwing at them that's just clearly been going to waste. Like, the COO who's got a new Lamborghini over there? Yeah, that didn't go in the game. Let's be serious here. Take the money and bring it over to Rare. The guys who are doing that
CFPs.
Just put all your money, put literally all your dominoes in that basket.
I want them
I don't know if that's a saying, but whatever. I made it up.
I want them to make another good Fable game.
Yeah.
So like,
Not Fable 2 or 3.
fuck you. Fable 2 was good.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
It was good up
the-
until the end.
Yeah.
Yes. That's
No, that's no excuse. You should not have a shitty ending like that. I'm sorry. That being said, spoilers, who else chose the dog to live? Because I did.
I did.
Yeah, fuck my sister.
Obviously. Screw that.
Actually, I played the game over 3 times and picked all endings.
Yeah.
That was
Fable 2 was so disappointing by the end
At
of it.
the end of it, but leading up to that final point, the game was amazing. You can't admit, like the battling was fun, the leveling up was fun, the areas were fun.
I agree with all of that, except that
The
the
end was
ending
the-
completely destroyed the game for
just
me.
like Mass Effect 3. Moving on, because I'm not getting on this topic again with people,
No,
because I'm
we're
going
not.
to fucking win.
You're not going
Not
to win.
giving it up.
Okay, so we're going to move into topics now.
Before you start the topics,
Is that a check mark or a happy face?
if you want to send in your topics, please go to the Gaming Lag forums and go into the LAGSpike podcast suggestion box or gaminglag@hotmail.com or contact us on the Gaming Lag website.
You have a couple options.
Oh, yeah, there's a few options. We want to hear from you guys. If
Or
you guys
Twitter.
want us to talk about stuff, please feel free to do that. And like we mentioned, starting in January, anybody who does that, and we'll count anybody who sends them in for December too in the January draw. We will be giving away something every month for people who do that.
You can also text Matt at 1506. And I don't know the rest of his number.
I will punch you in the face.
Exactly. All right,
Because your
Matt.
phone doesn't go off enough.
All right, first topic.
So Star Citizen reached another milestone, $100 million now. Alpha 2.0 will be available to all backers, but there's still no game. Go, Mike.
Why the fuck are people funding a game? Don't get me wrong before you attack me, Sam, because I know you're real excited about it. I think the game looks phenomenal. I think it looks incredible. I think the graphics are on par with any other top-end AAA game. I think the gameplay looks really fun, but I swear I share Matt's mentality in the fact that I think they're going to take this money and fucking run.
Nah.
It's $100 million, and they're just like, well, but if we just took it, like, there's no obligation.
Yes.
What?
Yes. There are obligations.
There are. Yes, but with a crowdfunding.
Let's take this $1 million and run and basically get sued up the wazoo by everyone.
Yes.
And never make another money in our life. Yes, money. Fuck you. Or let's actually release this, make it subscription like we all know it's going to be, and make a buttload of more money.
Well, we will see, because all they would have to do is put Alpha 2.0 out and then say, okay, that's the game, and then leave with
We
the
already
rest.
know that's not the case. They've already released a press conference with detailed release dates on when stuff's coming out. We already knew 2.0 is coming out before Christmas, coming out this month.
Mm-hmm.
Next March or May, there's another one. Beta's next summer, and then the game's supposed to be releasing in the fall of next year.
I understand.
As long as it doesn't get pushed back with any big major bugs, and I don't think it will, I think we'll be fine.
I understand, but I don't understand how it got to over $100 million in crowdfunding and backing, and like people, like, At this point, it's becoming more like a cult. You have to pay $5,000 to get to level 3, and you don't feel any different.
You know what it
Friends
is?
quote, sorry.
I know. I saw that episode the other day.
Are you guys done stroking each other's cocks, or can we move on?
Get your statement out about Star Citizen, because then I'm going to bash your little statement right down into the ground.
Oh,
fuck you.
Wow. Okay. Sit back and enjoy this.
I fucking forgot because when your magical beard.
Star Citizen, you're defending it.
I don't know.
Go.
I don't fucking remember. Matt's beard is magical.
See, told you, bashed right into the ground. And as for you, there are obligations. No, there's offshore bank accounts. Ponzi schemes work like this. They'll get maybe 1 year in jail, and then they'll go to the Caribbean and take off with all the money. That's why the original starter's not there anymore. The original guy behind Star Citizen, not with Star Citizen's company anymore.
The guy, Robert?
I don't know. There's one guy that left
the guy who's got his name. Yeah, that was one of the artists. That was one of the lead artists that left. Yeah. The guy who owns that is still there. He was there at fucking Game Awards with.
Oh, also
that guy.
Yeah, he was with Mark Hamill. Also haven't met all their dates yet because that first-person shooter was supposed to alpha in the spring.
Yes, and they've already said that the first-person shooter's been pushed back because of an issue.
Okay.
Because it was unplayable. They don't want to release it
Ponzi.
unplayable. They're following Nintendo's metrics.
All right, let me just cut you both off because this is a never-ending debate. But this is all me and Matt are trying to say because me and Matt think the game looked great. Yeah. We really do.
It's coming out.
Okay, but you're really testing like with some really shady waters at this. You're in shady waters at this point because you have so much money from so many people and you have released an alpha and now you're releasing another alpha. You've already and I understand like the delays happen and stuff, but the alpha for the first person shooter part is now not there. It's just weird. Like I said, I feel like it's now becoming more of a cult. And maybe the game will come out, maybe it'll be awesome. But what happens if it releases and they get all this crowdfunding money and the game is awful?
You guys only care so much because it was crowdfunded. If it wasn't crowdfunded
Correct.
And it was done by a corporation giving them money and it was taking this long, you guys literally wouldn't bat an eye at it.
Nope.
You wouldn't care.
100%.
Nope. It's going to be fine.
But I'm saying that your point to the fact that all we care about is the fact that it's crowdfunded. Yes, of course, that's the reason that we're worried about it because it's people's actual hard-earned money that have raised this money. That's all I'm saying.
Ask one last question. Have either of you staked money in this?
No.
Then who gives a fuck? Moving on.
We're just discussing it because it's a gaming topic. Anyway, we can move on. That's fine. I'm just saying that's some pretty shady waters to be into having that much money from that many people.
Bungie could have ran.
That wasn't from crowdfunding.
Yes,
so that's fine.
exactly.
I'm going to throw something at you.
Put the frying pan down.
It's mine. I can do whatever I want with it.
And besides the fact, if the game does come out, I will buy a computer and play it.
Oh
I do want to.
Dude, you'll need to buy a computer that like the Pentagon is using.
Yeah.
Have you
fun.
seen the specs for that? It is ridiculous.
Yeah, and that's fine. Space combat and cockpits and stuff like that, like in space and the way it looks, phenomenal. Yes, I want to play it, but
you understand where all this money's coming from, right? You know where it is. It's from the thousands and thousands and thousands of EVE players that have wanted a game like this for years.
Yeah.
Where me, Matt, we can have the gaming lag frigate. We can just have a giant ship that we walk around and shoot things from.
I'm going to call mine the penis, my dear.
You would. Is it mightier than the pen or the sword?
No, we're done with this topic now.
All right,
after
let's
you
move
saying
on.
that.
Let us know what you think. Obviously, go to the forums and yeah. It's Top Gear BBC. Just kidding.
No, now it's Amazon.
Yeah. No, let us know what you think. Go to the Gaming Lag forums or hit us up and yeah.
Don't actually hit us.
Well, no. You know what I mean.
Hit Mike.
Go to the forums. We'll chat with you there. Maybe talk a little bit. Moving on. Topic numero 2.
I can't pronounce his last name, but Reggie from Nintendo says... Fizame?
I think it's Fizame.
Okay. Says slapping Mario on mobile isn't a recipe for printing money. And before you begin, the reason...
Why do you always point at me?
Because you like to shoot out your comments sometimes before I finish saying what I'm saying.
Say what you're saying. I'm just going to sit here.
The reason that he's saying that is because he's now saying they're not porting the games over. It's all going to be new IPs and IPs that are made specifically for mobile like they were for Wii and for 3DS. And the reason that they won't be porting games over because the games that are already out are for a controller-based environment, and you can't do that on a smart device.
Go first, Matt.
You can buy goddamn controllers for smart devices. Everybody has them. SteelSeries has one that's dirt cheap.
Do you have one?
I don't need one.
There you go. So not everyone has one.
I said everyone can get one.
You said everyone has one.
No, like companies that make controllers, they all have one. SteelSeries has one. Razer has one. There's all kinds on the internet people can buy.
You're naming the ones you saw when you worked at Best Buy.
Yes, that's fine.
There's a couple ways you
say
can.
that now.
Sorry, keep going.
I also have Knights of the Old Republic that's meant to be played with a mouse and keyboard or a controller on my iPad, and I don't have a controller with it, and I can play it fine.
A mouse.
Mouse. I will punch you in the face across the table. Go, Mike.
Okay, so there's two ways you have to tackle this. One, he's saying that doing Mario games is not necessarily a machine for printing money if you put it to mobile, which is dumb because it is. If you put Mario on anything and it's an officially licensed Nintendo thing, it could be Infinite Mario Runner. It doesn't matter. It's going to sell millions. So that point is completely redundant in my opinion because, like, I just don't understand how you even have that mentality. I just don't. If you put Mario in the App Store or the Google Play Store, it doesn't matter. If you have a picture of Mario and it says, "Hey, this is made by Nintendo," everybody will pay $1 for it. It doesn't matter. The other way you have to tackle this is the fact that he doesn't want to do ports over to mobile. That's weird to me because Nintendo is not necessarily, I mean, they're not going away anytime soon, but they're not necessarily in a position where they can be picking and choosing what they do anymore. They're not on top of the tree. The Wii U's failing. The 3DS isn't really that successful. I know there's a lot of them, but and all these games that are coming out, like games like Xenoblade Chronicles, which is one of the best reviewed games of the year. And I know there's a few better, but one of the best reviewed games of the year, and it's going to be played by what? 500,000 people? Yep. And that's about it. So you can't, if you port Super Mario World to the Apple Store and the Google Play Store and charge $10 for it, you instantly just increased your bank account by what, $500 million probably?
Probably.
Because that's, everybody will get that. Everybody remembers playing Super Mario World or Super Mario Bros. 3 or whatever you want to do. That's all I have to say about that, I guess. It is a machine for printing money. I understand and respect their decision for making core app like mobile games and stuff. I'm very excited for Pokemon Go, but Pokemon Picross and stuff like that, games like that, that's not going to fly. Go F yourself if you're going to do shit like that. You have anything?
Yeah. Honestly, that's not even the part that pisses me off the most. Is the misuse of the word IP. IP is an original idea. It's something brand new that has nothing to do with something recycled. Mario is recycled. It's not a new IP. It's a new game.
Mario's been recycled so many times.
Exactly. That's the thing that annoys me with Nintendo is they'll use the word IP for everything. Oh, it's a new IP. It's a new IP. No, it's not. It's the same goddamn fucking thing reskinned and looks different. That's it.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
I guess he's just referring to, yeah, he should be saying we want to make actual Mario games for the system as opposed to a new IP. You're right.
And to me, it's the whole thing. Oh, it's not made for printing out money. Why the fuck would you be doing this then?
Yeah.
If it wasn't to make money, it's clearly going to make you shitloads rich.
Well,
you'll all be able to give Teslas out for Christmas.
It's really weird because everybody is saying the same thing too. Like if you read articles about it, it's their first game was Miitomo, something to do with the Miiverse.
Yeah, it did.
It doesn't look like anything I'm going to touch. And everybody was excited when Nintendo said, "Hey, we're gonna make mobile games and stuff," because we're like, "Oh, cool. Maybe we'll get like the original Zelda on this, or maybe we'll get Mario's and Mario Karts or something, and maybe we'll get these games." And then they do that first. Now, Pokemon Go looks cool, but that's Nintendo and Game Freak that's doing that, or the Pokemon company because they don't have their logo in the commercial, but. Very, very weird to me that they're taking this approach as opposed to, why don't we make a Mario game? Why don't we make a Zelda game? Let's make a Metroid game. Let's throw your IPs on mobile. I respect you for doing just mobile only games and creating from the ground up for phones and smart devices, but don't not do it. Don't come out with a me game first. Give me a break and give me Pokemon Go.
Come out with me bowling on
Pokemon Go will make me walk. I will be less fat.
Me bowling on iPhones, where you swing your iPhone to make the
that
bowling
just sounds
go?
like so many phones broken. You just saying, yeah.
What do I sell most of my day? What do I make most of my money on?
Did you get warranty on that, sir? Oh. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I think that closes out the show.
Yeah.
So let's do some plugs. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at Chalice. If you want to follow Matt,
At Man W the Beard.
if you want to follow Sam,
Blah, blah, blah.
at Mr. Gloom and Doom. If you want to follow us as a collective group, which is of course the most important, we are at Gaming Lag. 2 G's at the end of lag. Please go to patreon.com/gaminglag and support us that way if you like our content. We're asking unofficially for 1,000 gamers to give us $1 each, which is very little for you and lots for us. It allows us to do lots more things, better equipment, more giveaways, things like that. If we ever do get to $5,000, 2 of us will be quitting our primary jobs and becoming full-time members of Gaming Lag, and you will get content all over every day of the week. And we also have another podcast that we do, which is dedicated to Destiny news. And for all of you Destiny fans out there, it is called The Last Word. It is available at gaminglag.com and iTunes, just like this podcast. And please, guys, if you listen to this podcast, go to the Gaming Lag forums, register an account, even if you just want to register and not worry about typing right away. But we really want to create that positive environment where people can go chat about games without being trolled all the time. We are going to have moderators on it that will completely prevent, hopefully completely prevent people from just trolling and being negative and stuff. There's enough of that shit going around. Gaming Lag out.